Do you know what the most frightening thing in the world is? It's fear.
The internet has potential for what seems like endless amounts of content. Music videos, cartoons, jokes, political views, adult films, but on the contrary, it also has content that feeds into the macabre, into the disturbing, the paranormal, and the terrifying. So, with that being said, welcome back to the 5th installment of Terrifying Noises from the Internet.
This is a journey into sound.
Yamakyu is a vlog channel that lives in Japan and uploads frequent evidence of what appears to be paranormal experiences. With disturbing and damning evidence, it's hard to look away from the content. But on November 13th, 2021, Yamakyu would post a video titled, "A House Whose Previous Owner is Dead, Number 17. The video instantly begins with what seems like a person wailing out in agony and sorrow. Since Yamakyu has been doing this for some time, he is prepped with more advanced equipment to handle these situations, and so he pulls out a thermal camera just to show that no one is there. Your first impression could be that someone is simply hiding, but Yamakyu approaches with a different idea. A pot of boiling water. He walks outside to where the moaning is originating from, and as he moves the camera around, it soon becomes clear that, somehow, this wailing noise is coming from right in front of his house. And so, Yamakyu instantly throws the boiling water in the direction of the noise, as the entity screams in pain before going completely silent. He spends some time looking around the area, discussing his technology before commenting that he lives alone. No friends, no family, no pets. He ends the video stating that the sound seemed to come from the wall on the other side of the road, and that the phenomenon is over for now. Listening back to the sound, it almost seemed like the spirit was aware of Yamakyu's actions, as its wailing only picked up as he brought the water closer. The concept of a wailing spirit is rather infamous in Japan, even getting its own roughly translated word, Kiko Koshushu, meaning spine-chilling, terrifying, and blood-curdling. Kiko Koshushu can be used in normally two different scenarios. A situation that builds uncanny dread, like when you can't help but feel that something is off and unsettling. The other situation being when a ghost or spirit is heard wailing and crying. Kiko Koshushu can even be traced to the Tang Dynasty, when poet Du Fu wrote the poem Song of the Wagons. The new ghosts are angered by injustice. The old ghosts weep. Moistening rain falls from dark heaven on the voices screeching. Earlier in 2022, NASA released an audio clip that represents the sound waves that emanate from a black hole. This black hole was found by scientists to be in the center of the Perseus galaxy. Now, in a previous installment of Terrifying Noises, I've covered the sound of a black hole which generated this rather cute blip sound. but this new audio clip is far from its predecessor. A deep, guttural drone. There is no other way to describe this other than hunger. NASA claims that these waves were created by the black hole, as it caused ripples throughout the galaxy's cluster of hot gas. The misconception that there is no sound in space originates because most space is a vacuum, providing no way for sound waves to travel. Here, it's amplified and mixed with other data to hear a black hole. On September 8th, 2022, I was sent a message about a viewer's personal discovery. He claims that experiences had been happening at his ex's house for some time. That the house seemed to radiate a dark, creepy atmosphere, especially her bedroom. They discovered a hole in her closet ceiling, and so this is where he would perform an EVP. A heavy rumble rolls over the microphone right before there is a distinct recording of a feminine voice saying, "Help us." What follows can only be described as low whispering before an incomprehensible deeper voice speaks over. Something rumbles over the microphone once more, and the deeper voice continues to chatter before the audio ends. I don't like to automatically believe all paranormal recordings, but I'm also not one to instantly stamp it all as fake. The rumble could potentially be the microphone being moved around. The "help us" is quite clear as day, and to be honest, that kind of pushes me away from believing it. EVPs are often extremely difficult to pick up with a standard microphone, as most recorders use a spirit box that sweeps through radio signals.
That we're talking about him.
Who hurt Dave the other night? Was that you?
The "help us" could very well be just someone in the room, or the attic, prompted to say it. However, the recorder claims that they were entirely by themselves. But the audio doesn't stop there.
Okay, this time, I want you to get as close as you can to right around here, right in this area, and I want you to talk to me as clearly as possible, okay? As clearly as possible, okay?
Right in this area, and I want you to talk to me as clearly as possible, okay?
He prompts for any spirit in the proximity to speak right near the microphone, and before he even finishes asking, something growls directly into the microphone.
To me as clearly as possible.
Whatever is in that closet or that house has now blatantly made itself known. I asked him if it could have simply been a burp or his stomach rumbling, but he declined it. So, that leaves it up to you. What do you think? Are these all prompted responses, or is something actually alive and respondent in the ex's house? The following footage belongs to content creator Cody Aaron, who uploads his paranormal experiences on TikTok and YouTube. Technically, the main aspect for this video is in Cody's second clip, but I'm gonna play all 3 videos, as they simply build onto the uncanny factor. The evidence within these videos can be chilling, but they can also be easily explained. I'll play them now, and I'll let you decide.
Okay, you guys, so this is the door that moves on its own, and that's the chair that moves on its own. And I'm just tired, you know, there's absolutely nothing here this time. I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what. I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
On playback, someone in Cody's comments pointed out that there was a figure standing behind him in the hallway, and when you pause at the 10-second mark, you can see clear as day an apparition of what appears to be a long-haired small child looming in the hallway, seemingly staring directly at Cody. The next clip is the reason why I chose this trilogy in the first place.
Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room. What in the world is that? This is directly beside me in the next room. Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world? Okay. I'm going over. I have to see.
Cody begins by stating that he is completely alone in the building before discussing his issue. His issue being he's all by himself, yet camera 6 picks up something in its view. The room right beside Cody begins to host a white mist, levitating in the corner. It is weird at first until you remember the apparition from the first clip and realize that this white mist could very well be the face of that child once again. Cody goes to check it out, and a volume warning is highly recommended.
See, and look. Here is the motion detection for me in this room. There I am on the screen. There's no motion detect. Look, it's moving. And there's no motion detection right there. That is nuts. Look at that. Let's do it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself. I promised him that I would do this, but there's gonna have to be more people here besides me.
A voice shrieks at Cody to leave in a terrifying screech that sounded like a child, but it was screamed with pure malice and terror. Cody escapes, and the video ends.
So we're here at the office, and the motion detectors have been going off again, but there's nothing here. When we got here, the door was actually unlocked. And we asked, hey, were the doors locked? And everybody said, yeah, the doors should be locked. So it's...
The worst of the worst is over. However, I'm including this simply for it being odd. Cody begins to discuss new strange activities within the office space, right before something out of sight says his name, clear as day.
And we asked, hey, were the doors locked? And everybody said, yeah, the doors should be locked. So it's...
It caught me by surprise as it sounded genuinely like there was just a third person that wasn't on camera, but when Cody turns around, no one's there. It wasn't until the second man mentioned it, but on playback, not only does the voice say Cody's name clearly, but it says it in Cody's voice.
So it's...
What do you think? It's possible that clip 1 was altered as the apparition shows up perfectly aligned in the camera's sight, and it's possible that in clip 2, there could be a radio taped underneath the desk, and someone screamed into it when given the green light. And in clip 3, it could simply be Cody's voice edited in post-production, or again, could be another radio. I'm not saying it's completely debunked or that's exactly what's happening, just that we shouldn't instantly subscribe to one idea or the next. And speaking of subscribing, nah, I'm just fucking with you. This video was taken in our old house about 4 years ago. My son would always have conversations with someone who wasn't there. I recorded this one because he seemed so mad at whoever he was talking to. It wasn't until recently, looking back on old videos, that I hear a voice saying sorry and a loud sigh. User Summer116 posted on the r/ghosts subreddit about their experience, or an experience their child had, all with someone who wasn't quite existing.
Grayson, who are you talking to? Who are you yelling at?
Summer states that they heard something say, sorry, before loudly sighing. However, to me, it sounded like a greeting, like a rather drawn out hi. Following that, it sounds like there's actually two sighs coming from this entity, with the one actually stopping their son in his tracks. Now, the second sigh near the end could just be the son breathing after his rant, but it shares that same exact raspiness as the previous voices. So, what do you think? Could it be that Summer simply was breathing into the microphone by accident, creating these ghostly sighs? Or could their son very well be having a full-out lecture with the paranormal? As always, leave your ideas and opinions down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed your stay. I've been your host, Time6, and this has been the Maverick Files.